Well, let's go back here. Every case the government's caught lying. With Pat Tillman, with just every single issue. Here's the New York Times today. U.S. admits role in February killing of Afghan women. And today they've come out and admitted that there has been a complete cover-up. Here's Salon, U.S. forces, horrifying Afghanistan cover-up. Our troops killed 5 non-insurgents at a birthday party. Could they at least give us an explanation? I mean, it is standard procedure for the police, the military, the government to do this. And under Northcom, under the John Warner Defense Authorization Act, they're stating, and now at football games, horse races, mass shootings in Alabama, DUI checkpoints in California, they have regular Army, regular Marines. In Tennessee last year, this is in Police State 4, the rise of FEMA, we have the state rep on, the governor said you can't have these military checkpoints, and they just went ahead and did it. So they're clearly trying to condition the military, the public, everybody for a mass takeover. Why are they preparing for a physical takeover? It's because they know the banks are looting us by design. We're going into a real depression. This is a planned takeover by the Pentagon that's taken over hundreds of other nations. Mike Rivero, can you speak to that?
Yeah, absolutely. We know that the ultimate plan is this global government. They've been trying to convince us that it's necessary because of human-caused global warming. And already, as one of the harshest winters in recent memory melts into spring, already the propaganda is cranking up to say, oh, we've got a global environmental crisis. We've got to have a global government to solve it. They're going to come back and try the swine flu again this year. Got to have a global health authority because of the global pandemic crisis. Global financial meltdown. We've got to have a global bank. They're really pushing this whole global situation. They understand that the American people are about ready to fire the U.S. federal government. They're actually eager for that to happen so they can tear down the existing federal government and say, okay, now we've got a new global government ready for you to sign on to. Won't it be wonderful and better than what you had before? And of course, no. Every time you hear global government, that's what Hitler wanted. That's what Napoleon wanted. That's what Alexander the Great wanted. It's always great for the rulers and terrible for the people. I think I echo the sentiments of a lot of Americans when we say at this point, we just want to be left alone. We don't want big government at any level. Just let us have our little town councils in our local community and take care of ourselves, and the rest of you go away. You know, find someplace else to play your little games.
But they're not going to stop. They've studied psychological warfare.
No.
They ship the narcotics in. In fact, you guys printed it like 5 times. I never even covered it in the last 2 weeks. It's a Reuters headline. NATO says no to Russian plan to eradicate poppies. The Russians came out and said, look, we know you're shipping $500 billion a year of this out. Spray the poppies. And NATO and the U.S. said, no, we don't want to upset the Afghans. We're going to let them grow their poppies. We know the real Taliban, not the CIA Taliban, had eradicated almost all of them. It's up over 12 times in the last 8 years in production. And here's Reuters admitting our government is protecting the poppies. And then they ship it in to legalize slavery. When idiots use it, they then put the idiots in their private prisons. I mean, this is slavery.
It absolutely is, and it's a huge moneymaker. I mean, the Skull and Bones fraternity at Yale University was founded with opium money. Vietnam, we had Air America flying Kunsaw's opium back to the United States inside the body bags of our Vietnam dead. We lost Vietnam. The CIA goes into South America. All of a sudden, we have a cocaine epidemic that involves the elder Bush and Bill Clinton. Now we're back into Afghanistan, and it's a bumper crop of opium. And this idea that we have to leave those poor poppy farmers alone because they won't have anything to do. Well, what were they doing for a living when the Taliban ran the place and shut the opium poppies down? They had a job at that point. Clearly, the U.S. has grabbed Afghanistan to turn it into the new opium-growing capital of the world, and that opium is flooding into Russia, and it's flooding into the United States of America. We are seeing a new surge of heroin flowing into the streets of America. It is very pure. It is very potent. We are seeing overdose deaths beginning to happen all over again, just like during Vietnam. We were mired in Vietnam, and the heroin flowed in the streets of America. Huge amounts of money being made by the American drug lords. Hollywood kept telling you, oh no, the drug problem, it's all South American people. It's all Asians. It's all the blacks. You know, it's not our own political leaders. Then we find out after Eugene Hassenfuss's plane crashes, yeah, the biggest drug smuggler in the country is the country.
Now, I want to, in two parts, it's a 7-minute video. We'll play part of it now, get Mike Rivero's take on it, maybe keep Mike a little bit in the next hour if he can do it, and play the rest of the video. Then Jesse Ventura is coming up. But I wrote some notes last night on points I want to make about this gun pod footage and how they're going after WikiLeaks now. Again, the media's response saying this is no big deal, this is okay. But then Tony Shaffer, the colonel who tried to stop 9/11, he went on MSNBC this morning and said, wait a minute. And he read the rules of engagement and said, they're pulling up, there's no weapons, there's wounded. This is a violation of military law, U.S. law, and Geneva Convention law to open fire on these people getting wounded into a vehicle. We know this is illegal, and if the military was to charge these officers that had done this, then it would send a message not to do this. But instead they run PR events where they charge a Navy SEAL guy for punching a detainee in the nose to make it look like they're keeping the troops from doing their job. Again, those are all psyops. So you can rape and kill women. You can kill children, that's okay, but don't punch somebody in the nose. This is all psyops to make it look like they're tying the hands of the troops when really they're forging them into demons. Now, here's a 7-minute video we're going to upload to YouTube. It's a clean version with all the cuss words and things cut out of it, we hope. But here it is for the first time here of the event from 2007 that was leaked yesterday by WikiLeaks. Here it is.
Walking by, and one of them has a weapon. Roger, receive, target. See all those people standing down there? Stay firm. In an open courtyard. Yeah, Roger. I estimate there's about 20 of them. Oh, yeah. Correct. Bandage 14, route 336. I don't know if that's... Neighborhood Master Element, combat white 6. That's a weapon. Yeah. Hotel 26, Crazy Horse 18. We'll call for exchange, Mike Charlie, Mike Bravo. Speed 37. Combat white 6, West Master 6, Romeo. Roger. Have individuals with weapons. Bandage 14, radio. Rio, Bandage 14, route. Yep, he's got a weapon too. Hotel 26, Crazy Horse 18. Have 5 to 6 individuals with AK-47s. Request permission to engage.
Roger that. We have no personnel east of our position, so you are free to engage over.
All right, we'll be engaging. Roger, go ahead. I can't get them now because they're behind that building. We got an RPG. All right, we got a guy with an RPG. I'm going to fire. Okay, hold on. Let's come around behind buildings and come from our point of view. Yeah, we're going to come around and get them from our individual with RPG. Getting ready to fire. We won't. Yeah, we got a guy shooting. Now he's behind the building. You're clear. All right, firing. Line here. When stage line out. Let me know when you gather. We'll shoot. Light them all up. 202 traffic, 260. Come on, fire. Hey, Roger. Keep shoot. Keep shoot.
Bushmaster 2-6. Bushmaster 2-6. We need to move time now.
All right, we just engaged all 8 individuals. Yeah, we got 2 birds. We're still firing. Roger. Got him.
6 is a 2-6. We'll move, but we got...
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, got a bunch of bodies laying there. All right, we got about 8 individuals. Yeah, we got one guy crawling around down there, but yeah, we definitely got some. We're shooting some more. Roger. Hey, you shoot, I'll talk. Hotel 26, Crazy Horse 18.
Crazy Horse 18, this is Hotel 26, over.
Roger, currently engaging approximately 8 individuals, KIA, RPGs, and AK-18. Oh yeah, look at those dead bastards. 002, nice. Good shoot. Thank you. There's one guy moving down there, but he's wounded. All right, we'll let him know so they can hurry up, get over here.
Okay, we're going to come back and play the part where they kill the kids or wound the kids. The reports aren't clear. They left very seriously wounded, but they wouldn't let them into a U.S. hospital, so that's not known. But the issue here is, at first you see a tripod, you see cameras. I can tell they're cameras. This is blurry internet video compared to what they were seeing. But maybe the troops are wrong, you're thinking. Maybe they're wrong. Then, when it's clear they're cameras, when it's clear no one's got a gun, when they're on the ground crawling, they start saying, oh, yes, that van's pulling up, they're getting weapons and wounded. When they're not, they're getting one guy off the street. You then see how they're framing them And it's reminiscent of all the cop videos where their own squad car busts them because they forget to erase it. And they go, I'm going to frame him right now. I'm going to give the signal. They walk over to the guy in handcuffs behind the car and go, oh, what's this? And take it out of their back pocket. Mike Rivero.
Well, you know, when I first saw this video, when WikiLeaks first put it out there, right at the moment where the guy says, oh, yeah, there's a guy with an RPG. There's a guy with an RPG. And I was looking at the video, and the first thought that went through my head is, no, that's a camera. With a telephoto lens. I mean, the front of it was way too wide to be an RPG. And the guy, from his body language, was just looking around the corner to see if it was safe to maybe take a picture. And yet the guy's saying, oh, this is an RPG, and they just opened fire on the guy. At that moment, it really wasn't clear. These guys are not checking their targets. They very much got that Pope innocent to three mentality, kill everybody, let God sort them out, and cover it up afterwards.